Hello and welcome to this week's news bulletin from the Christian Institute. The majority of voters think the threat of legal action against a Christian bakery in Northern Ireland is over the top, according to a new survey. Asher's Baking Company hit the headlines earlier this month when the Equality Commission for Northern Ireland claimed they acted unlawfully for declining to produce a gay marriage campaign cake. A Comrades poll of more than 2,000 British adults showed that 6 in 10 people think the Commission were disproportionately heavy-handed. More than half said the law should protect people so they aren't forced to provide goods or services that go against their beliefs. 54% think that David Cameron was wrong when he reassured the public that introducing gay marriage wouldn't cause discrimination against traditional marriage supporters. Colin Hart, director of the Christian Institute, which is backing Asher's, said the poll shows that David Cameron and the Equality Commission are out of touch with the public. He added, gay marriage was introduced on the grounds of promoting equality, but this and other cases demonstrate that all it is doing is promoting divisions between people and fanning intolerance. According to the bakery's lawyers, the MacArthur family who own the business could be ordered to pay £2,000 in damages, but the cost of the case could top £30,000. You can support the MacArthurs and others like them by donating to our legal defence fund via our website. Plans to allow 3-parent babies will be pushed forward by the government, despite its own consultation showing the majority of people are against the moves. Health Minister Jane Ellison announced the government's support for GM babies as the consultation responses were released. The results revealed 62% opposed the idea of 3-parent babies, while only 38% were in favour. Close to 2,000 people responded to the survey. The controversial 3-parent baby technique aims to create children without mitochondrial disease. It replaces the nucleus in a healthy donor egg with the nucleus from the prospective mother. But many have raised serious ethical and public safety concerns about the process. Students at one of the Trojan Horse schools had to teach themselves Christian RE for GCSE, a report has uncovered. The investigation was carried out by former head of counter-terrorism at the Metropolitan Police, Peter Clark. It showed that 5 students at one school who opted to study the Christianity paper for GCSE RE sat separately in classes and had to teach themselves. The investigation also showed that a teacher held an assembly where he reportedly said, "Jesus wasn't born in Bethlehem, was he? And we don't celebrate Christmas, do we?" In both instances, children were expected to call out no. Clark described Operation Trojan Horse as a 5-stage process to remove head teachers and take control of schools. Newly appointed Education Secretary Nicky Morgan called the revelations disturbing, adding, "His report sets out compelling evidence of a determined effort by people with a shared ideology to gain control of the governing bodies of a small number of schools in Birmingham." A Tory peer and columnist has said belief in God is a virus and that evangelical Christianity is one of the more virulent infections. Writing in The Times in response to the Trojan Horse scandal, Matt Ridley said that rationalists want to protect children from religion. He also said secular free thinking should be adopted to combat the rise of radical Islam and radical Christianity. Ridley is a supporter of the British Humanist Association. He said Anglicanism is a mild and attenuated form of the faith virus and may even act as a vaccine against more virulent infections, but Christianity is becoming more evangelical in response to its global competition with Islam. Lord Falconer's controversial assisted suicide bill was debated at second reading without a vote in the House of Lords last week. Many peers raised serious concerns about the bill during a 10-hour debate. Supporters and opponents held rallies while the debate was happening. Speaking outside Parliament, Paralympian Baroness Tanni Grey-Thompson said disabled people have good reasons to be fearful of this bill.
I think we're having a tough time explaining why disabled people are scared, because there's these vague talks about safeguards and protection and altruism and compassion, and actually I just know from my experience in hospital and loads of my friends' experience in hospital, they'll just be given the medication. It'll be a way of just getting rid of us, and I'm really deeply uncomfortable about that. I don't think there's a massive problem with the current law. There's maybe some things that can improve and be better, but this is absolutely, this will open the floodgates to complete abuse of disabled people.
Simon Calvert, spokesman for the Christian Institute, said that assisted suicide would put pressure on the elderly, disabled and terminally ill. He added, crossing this line would be dangerous, not just for the most vulnerable, but for society as a whole. It would also drain the life out of efforts to find cures and improve palliative care. The bill is now set to be considered at committee stage in the House of Lords. It is unlikely to become law as it would require government time in the House of Commons in the run-up to next year's general election. Well, that's all for this week. For more information and regular updates on all our stories, plus much more, visit our website at christian.org.uk. Until next time, goodbye.